Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Super Saturday, and this is the day that's going to change your life forever. I am so fired up. I love every one of these. And every time I can say the same thing because I believe every one for the last whole bunch of years. But I know that tonight it's a decision. Today it's early, but I'm telling you that you're at the right place at the right time with the right people, and good times are in store for you. Expect it. Expect great things to happen for you. Expect great things to happen for you. So we're going to get right into it, but this is right there, the great Connie, man. I'm gonna let her welcome everybody, but I'm telling you, this is the day. This is the moment. The next hour and a half, I say it because I believe it, but the next hour and a half could be the most important hour and a half you have ever spent regarding your financial future. You've heard me say before, I know that because I know what a moment like this did for me, and I know what it's done for thousands of people around the world. So if you came today looking, you're gonna find, man. Oh, Connie, take it away.
This is no longer hide and seek. We're not hiding this opportunity. We're not hiding this life-changing moment for you guys to be able to live your dreams. We are sharing it with you. And today, like Lennon said, you're going to learn many different principles and phenomenal steps that will help you take your business and your life to the next level. So let's introduce our first dynamic leader.
I am so fired up to bring on Vegas Goss, but I'm telling you, Mr. Mindset.
Mindset.
Why I believe it's so important for him to start the day. Number one, boom, he's already at 25K, almost 50K. So he's doing phenomenal. But the other thing is that everything is getting our thinking right. It's always, so many times we chop ourselves, we make sure we take care of our 10 or 15 or $20 an hour part. But how much time do we spend on our $1 million an hour part, our freedom part above our neck?
Good.
And so I think it's really important that we always remind ourselves and keep ourselves focused on our brain, on our mind.
Yes.
So there's nobody better than the great Vegas Goss, man. So take it away, my brother.
All right. Well, look, thank you so much, Connie. Thank you so much, Lennon, for that warm introduction. You guys, I just want to hold on to your coattails as hard as I can because I definitely want to go where you are, all right? So thank you so much. Well, again, for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Vegas Goss. It's my pleasure to be speaking to you today. I wanted to share some mindset with you, and I was thinking, I kind of struggled with it all week. What can I talk about? And I said, well, you know what, Vegas, let's talk about what you've been struggling with. And I'm gonna use the D word, discipline. That's where I have been struggling. So I'm hoping I can give some energy, some love, but also give you some insight into some things that I've been working on, and I'm gonna share with you. So let me share my desktop and we'll get right at it. So let me do that now. Here we go. Oh, if I could get control to be able to do so. All right, hold on with me, guys. I'm gonna share my desktop.
You have it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me share my screen. Here we go. How about that? All right. So look, let me move it up here. All right. So to talk about discipline, here's just a couple quick areas that have worked and I have been really, really working on and focusing all week. So when I'm talking about discipline, I don't mean Vegas, you've been a bad guy, go stay in the corner. No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about, here we go. Vegas, number one, to train oneself to do something in a controlled and a consistent way, to build as a habit. All right. So now they can be negative habits and positive habits, right? Or negative and positive discipline. So these are the pathways to success and failure. Let me just show you how they're so interconnected. So for example, as it relates to failure, a few simple negative disciplines usually done out of habit every day. They're just simple and subtle. You don't even realize you're doing them half the time, but understand this, they're errors in judgment which are repeated over time. So let me explain what I'm talking about. I have another cookie or Snicker today when you know you shouldn't. All right. Or I'll take tonight's training off when you know you should make everything. Okay. These are the types of things that are done over time that build to failure. So let me explain. I have another cookie, another Snicker. Today, you don't see a difference in your weight. But in 3 months from now, you'll be like, where did all this weight come from? All right. Or you take tonight's training off when you know you should make everything. But guess what? In a few months, you'll be like, wait a minute, what happened to the momentum on my team? Where is all my production go? Right? So how do you get better? Think about it this way. Disciplines are easy to do, but they're easy not to do. Every lack in discipline affects another. What do I mean by that? You take yourself, or you tell yourself, I have another Snicker, or I have another cookie. Well, that's the same thing as you tell yourself, okay, I'll watch a movie tonight and not make any phone calls. See, it's just one leads to the other. It becomes habit forming. Remember this law. All disciplines affect each other. All right. So as it relates to success, how a few simple positive disciplines practice. Now hit it now. Practice every day so they become a habit. You can turn anything around if you practice these simple things on a daily basis. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Day by day, little successes start happening and they build on one another. Next thing you know, you not only had a little success, you become emboldened, you feel empowered to start having now challenge yourself to do larger things. So for example, once you gain a few successes, they start to become new to you. You begin to start working in areas of disciplines maybe you haven't considered. But once you start having those baby successes, they become addictive. You want to get better and better at them. So, but remember this, disciplines are easy to do, but easy not to do. So I recommend making a list. See, I'm one, Connie, I will be wandering all over the place if I don't get a structured list, a little checklist for myself to work on myself. But what I suggest is start small. Give yourself little things to start these positive disciplines in the course of your day as you begin your day, and just do them every day. So for example, get yourself started off in the right step. As soon as you get up in the morning, you wash your face, you look in the mirror, you say, good morning, you good looking thing. All right. Why not you be your super cheerleader, right? Make up your bed every day. Do some sort of exercise every day. Maybe you're not doing anything. I mean, take a little walk to the mailbox every day. Do some push-ups, some sit-ups, anything, 5 minutes worth. Read a good book every day, or read a couple pages every day, I should say. Or even that matter, maybe you're struggling, start off with a paragraph, all right? But do it every day. Make a new friend. Y'all, we're in the friend and the sharing business. No, I would say this is one I probably should have highlighted. Make a new friend every day on social media, in person. Just have a mask on, right? Social media, do it. Introduce yourself to 5, 3, just one person every day. Whatever it is, make a new friend every day. When people ask how you doing, y'all know me. Those who know me well, I say I'm fantastic. Yours might be I'm doing great or I'm getting better. But guess what? Give energy. When you don't give energy, no one wants to be around someone dragging their butt. That just drains people energy. You got to give off what you want back. So another thing I recommend to do is make an affirmations list. See, if you could ask the universe to give you anything, what would it be? Is it wealth? Is it better health? Is it a new car, Ferrari like Lennon, right? Maybe you want a Bentley. Maybe you just want a Honda. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, start speaking into existence, right? Act as if you already have it. So in the morning or at night, the first things you want to say is, hey, I'm thankful for the new home. I'm thankful for that new car. I'm thankful for the new wealth, or this new body that's getting in shape every day. I am a super affiliate. My team grows by the thousands daily. Our teams are growing and helping people in the millions every day. I am a servant leader. All right. And then finally, I recommend this. As you start having success in those little disciplines that you're doing daily, there are 5 key areas I recommend that we want to start building more disciplines in. Maybe for you, it's your faith in your spiritual life, which I mean by this: read more in your faith and your spiritual life, fellowship more, grab arms and grab hold to people that you know walking in the same walk that you are, right? So work on that every day. When it comes to your health, now I talked about that earlier, but what I'm talking about more now is maybe you're going to the gym 3 to 5 days a week because you want to abs like steel, all right? Whatever it is. Maybe you're going to change your diet. You want to become a vegetarian or go vegan, or you're just going to cut some carbs or get on an 1,800 calorie diet. Whatever it is, you've got a lot more structure because see, once you start cutting out those Snickers, it's okay to start picking up an apple. Replace a negative with a good thing, right? I'm not saying don't eat a Snicker every once in a while. You can have a cheat day, all right? Just because you want to keep human, right? Then financially, y'all, this is a big one for me. This is huge. Be a wise investor. Put yourself first, or pay yourself first. What I mean by that is doing it short-term and long-term, emergency fund and long-term. Study, seek advice, seek counsel. I definitely, look, I haven't crossed that $1 million threshold yet, but you can best believe I'm gonna call Lennon and say, Lennon, on my way to $1 million, what I should be doing with that money? How can I make sure I keep it, right? So those are the kind of things you wanna do. Start at Cossack, start learning from that platform about Bitcoin and Forex, or open up a stock brokerage account, right? Start off small, but just start. If you're in business and in work, I recommend these two things. You should do them the same. See, when you study successful people, you want to study them by reading their books, looking at videos, audios. You want to contact people on your team daily. Matter of fact, when you contact them, don't talk about business, talk about them. Hey, how was your day? How is your family doing? Get to know them, have fun and love on your team. When you're working a job, I promise you, if you're still working, but your goal is to get free and be in your business only, be the best at your job. Show up early, work late, be willing to take on new projects to help your team along. Because see, what ends up happening as you're doing that on your job, people always ask you, man, why are you so positive? Vegas, why are you so always upbeat? Man, because I got this little thing going on, all right, that I want to share with my team. And as a result, those people follow you when you go full time, all right? And then relationships and marriage, y'all. This is critical to me. See, sometimes in the past, I used to be 100% in business, and then trying to look around going, where's my family? All right. Look, you got to take them along the journey with you. What I mean by that is engage your family, engage your spouse, your marriage, your son, your kids, whatever it may be. Tell them what you're doing, engage them in your life. Because I tell you, there is nothing worse than having success and having no one to share it with. So as I wrap up in closing, I say this. Fall in love with the journey of becoming more disciplined in what you do. Fall in love with the process of getting better. I heard it once before. Wisdom is learning from the errors and judgment and correcting them. All right. Repeating something over and over and thinking you're going to get a different result is, right? That's not wise. We want to be careful. And then I'll finalize with this. Success is never owned. It's rented, and the rent is due every day. We got to work at getting better constantly. See, and discipline is easy to do, and it's easy not to do. And with that, my presentation is done. I turn it back over to Mr. Lennon.
I am so, what gets me excited is that we get to listen to the recording again and again. I would definitely, if I was you, just for that, forget the rest of us that are going to talk today, although I'm looking forward to them too.
We can actually just end the training now and say, God bless you. Implement what Vegas Goss have said right now, and let's hit the ground running and call it a day.
Because it was just meat after meat after meat. So listen again and again so you get that. Oh man, I get excited because well, I am excited about our next speaker. Man, it's funny because everybody has their part today. And Vegas was talking about discipline and getting our mind right. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to talk about goals and action, goals, action. I don't want to tell his whole talk, right. But I'm telling you, he's going to say some pretty deep stuff about action, but about activity versus accomplishment. I'm just excited because he is living what he's going to tell you today. He started, he's already gone 50K. That's huge because see, he's almost 100K. But the thing that's exciting is he made a decision. He's doing what he's going to tell you to do. Vegas is doing what he's inviting you to do. I'm so excited about Dale Franklin because he's doing what he's going to tell you to do. Everyone today is doing what our topics are that we're going to talk to you about. So it really excites me right now, and I don't want my introduction to be longer than his speech, but I tell you, it is so exciting to me because I could talk for 20 more minutes just on Vegas and Dale. But I'm telling you, Dale Franklin is right on track to do huge things. And if your goal is to go 1K, 5K, 10K, 25, whatever your goals, you want to be listening to people that are already achieving and doing what you're trying to accomplish. So with that, here's the great Dale Franklin.
All right, Dale.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to give it back to both you, Connie and Lennon. You're such fantastic mentors, and you just keep me fired up all the time. And because of that, we're all growing and we're all going to benefit. In Vegas night, we didn't chat, but I'll tell you what he started with and what I'm going to talk about today, I think are going to just kind of mesh very well. But before I get started, I want to make a special announcement. Okay. Because this happened yesterday and I think we should all know it. There's a gentleman named Todd Falcone. He is world-renowned trainer. Okay. He's a world-renowned trainer, and he has been being paid by top network marketers for over 16 years to learn how to do this business. And he just announced yesterday that he is now going to become a distributor within My Daily Choice. He'd been retired from the network marketing business per se for 16 years, but he saw the value in what our company was doing, and he couldn't stay outside of it. He trained us at a convention. He's been with the company helping out as far as doing consultant work. And now he is actually becoming a distributor. And the reason I wanted to say that very quickly is because when you have somebody who's been in the business as long as he has and been around every possible network marketing company that you could think of, and he decides that he's going to come out of retirement because he sees the value of our company and the excitement that we're generating, I think that says incredible things about our company. I just wanted to point that out. Okay. As I said, Vegas was talking about preparedness, getting your mindset, and he was talking about positives and negatives. I'm going to talk a little bit today about do's and don'ts. And what I'm going to talk about primarily is income producing work versus busy work. And I want to apologize now because I've got a lot of stuff written down here, and I'm going to have to look down at my notes quite often because I don't want to miss anything here because I think it brings value. But let's pretend today that I just 3 months ago I signed two new distributors, same day, two guys. We'll call one Bob and one George. Okay, and I do the usual things that I do with all my distributors. I sat down with them and I walked them through their website, made sure they knew how to get on the website, knew how to present themselves to their customers and to their distributors. I took them to the back office. I showed them all around the back office. I showed them their auto ship and the importance of the auto ship. I showed them their capture pages, which were so important to us, where you can send these links to your prospects, and they can go on the link and they can find out about our company, and they can kind of pre-certify themselves to see whether or not they're interested, and then you can follow up and go from there. And I make sure I set them up so they know they're going to get paid and how they're going to get paid and everything. I get them so they know exactly what's going to happen in their business, right? And then I connect them with our teams. We bring them on, we get them hooked up with Telegram, we get them hooked up with WhatsApp, we get them hooked up with, they know what our calls are for Zoom calls. And I always go a little bit further. I make sure I help them get onto those groups. I make sure that they know the exact addresses and links to get onto those Zoom calls. So I try to make everything as easy as possible, because you got to remember, these are brand new people, and they don't know what to do. They're scared. They're nervous. They know what they want to achieve, but they don't know how to get there. Okay, so you do all the stuff to get them going, and then you have them sit down and you have them make a list. Some people say make a list of 10 people. I always start out with 100, because I find that's an easier way for me to get people fired up when they realize they know 100 people. And then I train them on the capture pages, on how to use those. and then what to do afterwards, the follow up, to reach out. If you're, like, say you're in Africa and you live close to one of the offices that we have over there, take your prospects to the office and let somebody do some of the hard work for you, or, you know, reach out to your uplines, or do a 3-way call, or get them on a Zoom call. We have plenty of Zoom calls that are available that do presentations and training. But this is all the stuff I do with my people before I even get started, before they even get started. I want them to have a level of comfort before we get started. Now, we're going back to Bob and George. Now, this is what happened to Bob and George, okay? Bob got started immediately. He made a list. He emailed at least 10 people from that list using his capture pages. You know, he got them pre-qualified pre-certified because they got on, they watched the videos. He was informed that they were on there by My Daily Choice, sending him an email, letting him know that the people had done what they had pre-registered, pre-enrolled, and they were now watching the videos. Okay, so he was informed that they were doing what he wanted them to do, and so then he followed up with them. Okay, after he qualified them and that they were interested, he scheduled some of presentations through either Zoom or through take them to the office, or doing a 3-way call with me or one of my leaders. Okay, he got a few no's, but he got a few yeses. Okay, his team started to build, his customer base started to build. He started making a little money. Okay, he'd been in the business for about 2 weeks. He'd signed up a couple of distributors, and he got his bonus for that. So after only a short couple of weeks, he started getting paid. Okay, he's training his team that he's building now to duplicate exactly what he's doing, exactly what I did with him. And he learns as he goes. Okay, he learns by going to the back office. He learns by talking to his uplines. He learns by going to the Zoom calls. He learns by watching the message boards and seeing what's interacting there. Okay, he's building a base of knowledge. That's what Bob did the first month. Now let's talk about George. George watches all the videos in the back office. Okay, he read everything about the products he could find out. He got on the internet. He checked other products. He checked the competition. He checked everything he could find. He was doing incredible. He was incredibly busy, and he was proud of himself for being busy. Okay, but he never reached out to anybody because he wasn't ready. He never connected with anybody. He never sat down and made his list. He didn't want to get on the calls because he was afraid somebody might ask him a question and he'd look stupid, you know? And so he just sat there and kept being busy. And at the end of the month, made no money, but he's getting pretty proud of himself because he knows about this business inside and out. Okay. Month two, Bob is duplicating what he did in month 1. He's teaching his team to do the same thing, and he's connecting them with his leaders for help. He's making money. He's evidence that this works. Okay. His team starts making money because it's rolling along with everybody else. We're duplicating what we're doing. His customers start giving him positive testimonials on the fantastic things that the products are doing. That momentum is growing. His knowledge is increasing just because of what he's doing. What's George doing? George is preparing to get started still. He has created himself a 4-inch notebook. It's full of all kinds of information that he can give to his people when he starts. It's beautiful. He's typed it all out. He's used different fonts. He's used different colors. He's put all the pages in plastic sheet protectors. He has got something of beauty, and he's proud of it. Okay, it's got tabs on it. I mean, this thing is gorgeous, but it took him all month to do it. End of month 2, he still hasn't made any money. He still hasn't talked to anybody. Okay, we're going to month 3. Bob's momentum is surging. He exudes confidence because he's succeeding and he's helping other people, and he's proud of himself because he's not only making money, but he's helping his friends and family do the same thing. okay? He's making bigger and bigger ranks. He's watching his team do the same thing. He's producing new leaders and new rank earners. Again, people are feeling good about what they're doing with his business. And they're exuding confidence. And it's kind of everything that happened to him in month 2 is now happening to some of his teammates. The team is family. Everybody's helping each other. And the future is exciting and bright. George, I want to go back to George. George finally decides he's ready to get started. He's been in his business 2 months and he hasn't made a thing, but he knows a lot. He makes his first 5 calls without using capture pages because he knows he can do this. He tries to close them himself because with the amount of knowledge that he knows, he's got to know more than his uplines. So he tries to close them himself. Guess what? He gets 5 no's. He hangs his head. He decides his business doesn't work and he quits. And everybody he talks to for the next year, he tells that network marketing is a scam and doesn't work. Who do you want to be, Bob or George? We all are probably somewhere in the middle, okay? Sometimes we tend to justify what we're doing as busy work because we're maybe the thing we should be doing, we're a little uncomfortable with. You know, maybe we're a little shy about making those calls. You've got to acknowledge that. You've got to understand yourself and understand where you are in the scenario between Bob and George and try to be more and more like Bob. If you do that, success is almost guaranteed. Okay? So I hope that helps a little bit. A couple of real quick things before I step away here. One of the other things that we all tend to do is we get to the end of the month. We have the last 4 or 5 days of the month, we are working our butts off. We are trying to make the extra money. We're trying to close out strong. And at the end of the month, the last day of the month, you go to bed that night, you wake up the next morning and you go, okay? And you decide that you deserve a rest and you take the next 10 days kind of off. Absolute worst thing you can do, okay? Think about it this way. If you didn't do that and you let that momentum that you were creating through the end of the month continue through the first of the month, through the first 2 weeks of the month, things are going to happen for you in the first 2 weeks that usually don't happen even by the end of the month because you've kind of squished it into such a short period of time. And you're succeeding way beyond your belief, and your team is doing the same thing. So people are starting to see that things that they thought were unobtainable at the beginning of the month are now obtainable. So all of a sudden, everybody picks up the momentum again through the last half of the month, and you guys do more business than you ever dreamed possible. You make more money than you ever dreamed possible. You start hitting ranks, and that forward momentum from that, you're so excited. You say, well, that worked for me. I'm going to do the same thing next month. And you start off on the first of the following month, fired up, and you do the same thing. Can you see the difference between what we all tend to do, taking that breath and taking the first 10 days of the month off and using that first 10 days of that first month that we're talking about and using that to propel yourself through 2, 3, 4 months of massive growth? What I suggest is you do that for 3 or 4 months, build yourself to a point where you have a life-changing type of income, a major life change. And if you want to take a couple days at the end of month 3 or 4 and go, I'm pretty proud of myself, and look what I've done for myself and my team, that's okay. I'm not saying you never can take a break, but you need to get that momentum going first. Okay, so I hope that helped. It's my pleasure to chat with you guys like this. I'm more excited about this business now than I was when I first started. The things I've seen happen over the last 60 days, the things I've seen happen this week, tell me that this company is propelling towards a time of superabundance. You know, there's a specific setup for network marketing companies when they start. They start off kind of like this, and then eventually it goes like this, and then it just skyrockets. We're still right here. We're just on the edge of the curve. We have not seen exponential growth yet. We may not see total exponential growth for another year and a half, 2 years or more. But that ride that we're on right now is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be incredible for you, for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren yet unborn. This is legacy type stuff, guys. This is something that your grandchildren 50 years from now will look back and say, man, I'm so glad my grandpa or grandma had the vision to see what they had in their hands and what it did for us through the multiple generations. This is what we have. So thank you for your time on that. My next step, I also have got, I'm going to introduce one of our people from Africa. I hope she's on here. Elizabeth Gathua. She is on. Are you on here? Yes.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you a quick minute before we bring you on, because I want everybody to know today is her birthday. She's a birthday girl. Okay.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
I met her in Kenya back in February, and I'll never forget it because we were really, things were really hopping when we were there. And somebody came to me and says, we think we have a 5K affiliate. And there'd never been one in Kenya before. And I said, you sure? And they said, well, let's go back and look at numbers. We went back and looked. And sure enough, somebody had just made 5K affiliate, and it was Elizabeth. And we went out and I announced her name, and I'll never forget. She sprung out of her chair like a teenager, and she was jumping up and down and dancing and screaming and just fired me up because I could see what the future was in that country and all through East Africa. And she was the very first one. And so she's had a great ride so far. And I'll tell you, she's far from done. And Elizabeth, I'd like you to give us a couple minutes worth of your time and just tell us about your experience in this great company.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dale and Mr. Vargas. I'm just so happy I could spring up and jump again like that day. Yeah, we are super amazed and so happy about My Daily Choice, especially here in Kenya and Africa in general. What is giving us very high hopes is that the products are working. We have so many testimonies, and it's my prayer every day that whatever is in those products may never stop, because I've been traveling up and about to support my team. And what keeps me going, mainly, I can tell you, Mr. Dale, and those people listening to me, are those testimonies. I can tell you that I have a grandson who is 11 years. We have tried everything. We have been to India 3 times for stem cell treatment. We spent money selling a little bit of what we have. And when we tried the brain product, amazing. The boy slept for the first time because he was super active. He was hyper. And when we took him to school, schools where there are other autistic children, they used to lock him up because it was like he was disturbing other children that are like him. It was very sad. So when I gave him brain, Kyle slept. And now, that was 10th of February this year. Now, Kyle has started talking. He has a few words like bye, give me. He has started saying a few words. We have testimonies. If I start testifying, I'll stay here the whole night. The other thing is, people are getting paid. You should see us on Fridays. It's like little babies. You know, you people may not take it like $100 is money, because I've been to US, $100 is not really much there, but $100 here pay people's rent. And it's good money. So when I find our people getting paid, I feel so happy. I've been working with my team. At least today I'm at about 17,000 BVs. And today I got a lady whom I've been supporting in one of the towns in the rural areas. That place is called Karatina. Now, many people think the products are very, very expensive because of the economy of our country. But because of the testimonies, people are buying them. And today, I was amazed. She's 5K. Esther is 5K. We were all so excited about that 5K. Beatrice is in Uganda supporting the team. We are working as a team. So what I can say is that you people don't give up on us. We are out here, and thank you, Dale, for that office. When we say come over and see my office, oh my, it is super. So people come into the office, which you really started off for us, and they start believing in us, in what we are doing when they see it. So I'm happy. We are trying our level best. We have testimonies, and this is only the stepping stone. We are going far. We are going far. Many people are on that challenge, the 10X. And by the end of next week, let's wait and see what's happening. If you want to know something about what we are doing, or anything you want to ask me about Kenya or Africa, I'm here. You can ask me now so that I cannot take a lot of time. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dale.
Thank you. I have no doubt Elizabeth is on her way to 25K and beyond. And she's just a tremendous leader. And she is, as Lennon quite often says, she is evidence that this can be done in Africa and all over the world. So with having said that, back to you, Lennon and Connie.
Right, man, I get so excited. That's my favorite part of the business, is always seeing new people succeeding at what we're all trying to succeed at. Belief. So it is so exciting. Dale, you nailed it. Elizabeth, you nailed it. It is just always, I just increase by association. I always come away from these events more than I ever gave. I love it. I love it. I am so excited about our next speaker too. Goodness, man, 50K, heading to 100, heading to 250. Just like we make that first step, just like Elizabeth was the first 5K in Kenya. Man, you can do it, my friends. You can do it. But now giving us a little more how-to, a little more teaching, the great Chris Bailey. You know, it's exciting because he has the magic. He has the burn. He has the drive. But he's got the knowledge. He knows how to do this thing. And he can teach you how to do this thing. And I am just so excited. Man, I remember the first time we went to Washington, D.C. and we met and we hung out. And I just fell in love with him the minute I met him. And it's just been a great relationship ever since. What a future. I feel like we're just beginning. Dale said it. We're just beginning, man. This thing is just beginning. We have a hot company. We've got the team. And then there's you. But right now, let's listen to the great Chris Bailey.
Fantastic.
What's up, Lenny? Connie, Dale, Vegas, Regina, everybody. All right, so first, ladies and gentlemen, I want to turn it back over to our leadership. Thank you, guys. If you all don't know, man, these guys are super rock stars. Lennon is actually a legend in the industry. And, you know, it's really cool to be working with legendary people. And no doubt in my mind that Vegas, Dale, and myself will all be legends when it's all said and done. Connie is amazing, freaking incredible speaker. I mean, oh my God, just amazing. And I do remember that time when we all met, when I met Lennon and Connie. It was very inspirational and what's so awesome. And this is the great thing about our industry, guys, is, you know, you build relationships that are so freaking amazing. You know, I love all you guys, everybody that's on the screen, even if I haven't met you yet. That's the kind of business that we're involved in. We're involved in a business that if you help a whole lot of people, you become successful. But here's one thing I do know. You can't hit the top of any company unless you care about people.
All right. So anyway, so guys, let me do my training, and I am going to change hats real quick. I am putting on the money hat. Ding, ding, ding. All right. That means I'm going to be training on a money-making activity. So guys, it's very, very important that you really pay close attention. You know, just to tell you guys a little bit more about me, 14 and a half years ago, I sat and watched the presentation that I was invited on. 2 short years later, I walked away from a 6-figure income job, and I ain't looked back ever since. I've been free, okay? And my job is to help everybody become free. So just really be coachable, trainable, and you know, everybody on here has had a boatload of success, all the trainers. And you know, our job is to help you guys become super successful. And I want y'all to understand this. If there was a better, faster, quicker way to do anything, we're going to teach you. Okay, so make no mistake about it. We want success for everybody. So listen, guys, today, let me go ahead and share my screen. I am going to train on something I'm very passionate about, and it's our completely free marketing system. Guys, when I tell you that this thing is amazing, it's amazing. And you want a duplicatable business. You want something when someone new starts, they can build a business with or without you. And that's where this marketing system comes in. So it's really, really awesome. And I'll tell you guys, I don't think a lot of people really understand how awesome it really is. So my job today is to train you guys on, you know, how it works and how it all comes together, why it's awesome, and how you can take a look at things. So let's get right into it. There's somebody unmuted that I'm hearing a little something from. Let me see. All right, so Lynn and Connie, there's somebody unmuted right up underneath. Okay, there we go. Cool, thank you.
I got it.
All right, so let's talk about our turnkey, amazing, completely free marketing system. First of all, guys, I want you to understand marketing systems cost thousands of dollars to get designed, and typically hundreds of dollars a month that you would need to spend to that company for them to host it on their system. So ours is turnkey. It's created for you immediately when you start, which is really, really awesome, okay? So how do you get to the marketing system web pages? When you log into your back office, you see the arrow there. You click on My Websites, and then from My Websites, you go down to Capture Pages, okay? You click on that, and it's going to open up all the capture pages. This is our completely free marketing system. And we have so many capture pages. You know, I always kind of choose the one based on who I'm talking to. So if I'm talking to someone, you know, I try to find a picture that I think appeals to them. You know, if they're a person that likes to relax a lot, I'm looking for a relaxation picture, okay? If they're a person that likes a hot car, I might choose this one with the CEO with the hot car, okay? So depending on who, the type of person I'm talking to, which system I'm going to send them. Now, I want you to understand, once they go past the front page, pretty much everything, the 4 videos in are going to be exactly the same, all right? So you don't have to worry about the picture with the car is going to be talking about cars, all right? It ain't that way. It's all these are going to lead to the same place, okay? The only difference that some of them will have is if, say, for example, you're talking about HempWorks, right? And they're only interested in HempWorks. If you send them a HempWorks type of website, when they log in it, they're going to see some stuff about HempWorks specifically, okay? But the 4 videos are still going to be the same, all right? So that's the only difference between them. All right, so now let's talk about all the benefits of the thing. So guys, I'm telling you, these benefits are amazing. So first of all, they get a free tour, okay? So you don't have to give them a presentation or anything. It's a free tour. It's 4 videos that last only 13 minutes, all right? So it's very obtainable, very doable. It's not going to take up a bunch of their time, okay? And it walks them through getting started. So if you're a newbie and you get someone that goes through it, man, you might see people enroll. As a matter of fact, let me tell you guys this. The cutoff on this system is every Thursday at midnight, okay? I've known, at least that I've seen, right, that I paid attention to, at least 6 people that have signed up on their own, all right, before midnight on Thursday, okay? So when I tell you guys these marketing systems work, they absolutely work. They didn't even call me or contact me. I just seen on a late Thursday night that these people enrolled, and it all came through the marketing system, all right? So it gives them a free spot, which is awesome. As a matter of fact, you'll hear a lot of the top earners in this company, they got started because of the free spot. and the rest of the stuff that I'm getting ready to show you in a few minutes. And these guys have hit the top of the company. We're talking about 250K affiliates that, you know, that came in because of the marketing system. All right, that's how valuable this thing is. All right, they receive an email campaign from corporate. Now, even me, you know, I consider myself, you know, successful in network marketing. I consider myself where I can, you know, tell somebody about it and not mess it up, but even myself, man, that email campaign is so valuable because make no mistake about it, there are so many people I reach out to, I send them this, all right, and then they go into witness protection, right? I can't reach them for months and months and months, but guess what? They're still getting emails from corporate. How cool is that, okay? So if you're a person that got people that you plugged into the system and, you know, you haven't heard from them for months, you're not the only one, okay? So I go through the exact same things you guys go through. All right, it's flexible. They don't have to lock in a time. See, when you have a presentation, oh, we have a presentation 9 p.m. on Thursday night. Oh, I can't make that, all right? The great thing about this marketing system, when I send it to people, I'm like, look, it's 4 videos that equal 13 minutes. When can you watch it at your time? All right, so it don't have to be around a presentation time or anything like that. It's whenever they can watch it, which is really, really awesome. Okay. All right. Now, it's not intimidating. One of the things that, you know, sometimes when we try to get people to look at videos, not look at videos, but actually get on a presentation webinar or something, you know, a lot of people, you know, they don't want to be sold and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of intimidates them and they just don't even show up. All right. Well, this is very unintimidating. Okay. And then it creates excitement. Why do it create excitement? Because the thing is going to show them when they got new people on their team, pre-enrollees on their team. And once we really get this system going and running like a smooth engine, you know, it's going to create some crazy excitement. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. All right. It entices them and others before and after them to get started, okay? Because again, I'm going to show you how they kind of line up in the system. All right, and again, for us, it's completely free. And man, if it's free, it's for me all day long. I love free stuff, especially free stuff that's going to make me a millionaire, all right? So the system works for us, and it works for you, it works for your team. Again, this is a great system that we all can duplicate throughout our business, okay? Now, when people do pre-enroll, they get uploaded into what we call the contact manager, okay? And I just want to share with you real quick how you can view these people, all right? Again, you log into your back office, you see on the menu bar, there's one called contact manager, and once you click on it, this is what you're going to see, all right? Now, these are the people that I've had pre-enrolled in the past week, okay? And hold on, let me see if I can get rid of this real quick. All right, there we go. So these are my pre-enrollees for the week, all right? And the people at the bottom, all right, are the people that actually got started. So the highlighted green are the people that got started. Now, the top 4 people, those are all in the last 2 days. So some were yesterday and today. So, in other words, I'm working this system, y'all. I'm working it, okay? I use this marketing system big time because, again, you know, it's all about duplication and simplicity. And when they see how simple it is, it's amazing to them. As a matter of fact, I know at least 1 or 2 of these people in the dark green are actually on the webinar today. So I welcome you to our team and to our family. But it's a great marketing system. So what happens is, again, I'm going to show you how all these come into play. But what's really cool about it for me too, is I can log into this because this goes on for pages for me because, you know, where you see the dark green, those were the 3 that signed up this past week. But if I scroll down further, it would actually show, you know, the people that I pre-enrolled last month and the month before and et cetera. And I got pages and pages of people that I pre-enrolled, okay? But I just wanted to share with you guys real quick how you'll be able to see them and track them through the back office, through the contact manager. All right, so now, another cool website is lockinmyspot.com. All right, so when I follow up with some of them, you know, when they went to the pre-enrollee site, they may have had to create a website, you know, a login or something like that. And a lot of them, quite frankly, don't remember what they put in or how to get back to it. this is how they can easily get to it. So when I talk to someone and they're ready to get started and they're like, you know, I can't remember how to get on, I just tell them, go to lockinmyspot.com and put in your email address. It's going to take them back to their site, okay? And what's really cool about that is when they go to their site, this is what they're going to see, all right? When they go into lockinmyspot.com, they're going to see this. So first of all, it's the 4 videos to get started. And as you see right underneath, there's the Get Started tab that they can get started with, okay? All right, and then over here on the left, all right, it's showing that they're, you know, how long they got before their cutoff. And then down here, they have a ticker tape of recent pre-enrollees. And that thing is rolling because that's company-wide. So it's nonstop rolling, which creates excitement for that person. They're seeing that this company, you know, got a bunch of pre-enrollees going. And if they click on My Team over here, okay, it's going to bring them up to this. This is the next slide that shows them who their team is, all right? So the pre-enrollee that we're looking at is one that I created, okay? Because when we got this new marketing system or the updated version of it a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to see the new videos and everything. So I wanted to see how it worked, okay? So that's why this is the one I created. Now, I created this a few weeks ago, so this one reset. So everybody that joined before this person went above them, because obviously this is my test account, so Joe Blow is not going to actually ever enroll, but he's got a spot. So all the people the weeks before went above him, all right? So Thursday is the cutoff. Now, you see where I have the arrow at the top? This is the thing that entices so many people to join, all right? When they see I got 1 new affiliate and 10 pre-enrollees enrolled under me, that is the enticement, okay? That right there has made many, many people very, very wealthy in this company. And trust and believe, corporate is sending them emails saying the exact same thing. So the marketing system is brilliant. Now, when you look down here, you can see who the person is that enrolled, and then you can see the person who pre-enrolled them over here, all right? So what I want to show you guys real quick is how this works out in real time, okay? And I know I've shown this and taught on this with some people before, so some of you guys have actually seen this before, but this is how this really comes into play and why it's so brilliant. I want to remind you guys, Josh Newaygo is one of the most brilliant minds in the industry. So we have the perfect CEO to be involved with. I've been in business with him and watched this guy at 20 years old build a global empire that everybody else only dreams of at 20 years old, okay? So he took all of that knowledge and all that and put that into this system. So in this example, and I'm hoping you guys can see this, all right, let's just say you're on my team, right? So here I am up here at the top of the tree and I'm showing my left leg, okay? So here's me, and say the person that signed you up is here, that's your sponsor, okay? And then there's you, all right? And there's people in between, all right? Because probably your sponsor, if I signed them up, probably ain't the first person I signed up, right? So there could be other people in between. So those green people are actually affiliates that are actually in the business, okay? And this is why this thing is so important, and for you guys to understand how this really works, okay? Because you want to grow your pre-enrollees big time. Here's what happens, right? Say this is you, okay? And let's say you pre-enroll someone, right? This is the person you just pre-enrolled just now, all right? Now, what happens is because we're in that same leg, and if I have my rotator set to left leg, or if it's left, right, and those people come down, what's gonna happen is when this person pre-enrolls somebody, and they just go in order, right? It's whenever they did it, say it's 5 minutes later. Now that person is gonna have this person. So this is your pre-enrollee person. Now this person pre-enrolls someone, they go there. I pre-enrolled 2 people, they're the next 2 in line, all right? And it just keeps going. Here's where we need to get super good at, y'all, all right? Everybody needs to learn how to pre-enroll, okay? Because think of this, all right? So again, this is your person right here, all right? So this is your prospect. Now what's happened is they're going to get an email, or if they go back into lockmyspot.com, they're going to see that they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people pre-enrolled under them. Now, what if this is their first day? Say you pre-enrolled them this morning and you contact them and you say, hey, Why don't you go back to lockinmyspot.com? I want you to see the team that's already under you, all right? And just say, for example, this person right here actually pays. It's going to say, you got this amount of pre-enrollees and this amount of paid affiliates, okay? Now, you could also keep checking back. So now let's say there's 3 or 4 days from now, and this pre-enrollee list grew to 100, right? Because we all got good, right? You got good, I got good. We're getting good at getting pre-enrollees. So I throw 10 in there. This person throws 10. This person throws 10. And oh, by the way, this person in a row, all right, we get them to pre-enroll people in their first 24 hours. So they got people they throwing down there too, all right? So now that pre-enrollee list grows by tremendous amounts. And then each time someone signs up and actually becomes a paid affiliate, that person is getting a message that they have paid affiliates. Y'all, let me tell you something. This thing is so genius. And I'm going to tell you what's genius about it. If I called anybody up, if I call any of my friends up and say, hey, man, I can show you how to make $1 million a month because somebody in this company does it. All right. I don't know about y'all, but that excites me a whole lot. All right. But let's just say, for example, if I called all my friends and said, I can show you how to make $1 million a month, they may not move, right? Because they've heard that before, right? To get rich quick and all this, and it kind of scares people off. But if they pre-enrolled and I call them up and say, hey, listen, man, you got 10 people on your team. If you don't sign up tonight, Thursday, all right, you're going to lose all of them. You know what they more than likely will say? How do I get started? All right, because people move on fear of loss like you ain't never seen before. All right, people move on fear of loss more than anything else. Okay, so that's why, guys, it's so important to get people in on that pre-enrollee link. All right, so critically important. And then don't forget the 3-way calls. The 3-way calls are magical. All right, and you guys have heard Lennon and Connie really talk about the Peak Edify Pass, and I can't tell you how much magic that has happened. So a lot of your friends and family, they don't see you as the expert, right? But when you put them on the phone with the expert, you know, it really edifies them. And make no mistake about it, you need to make that expert walk on water, all right? So if I'm edifying Lennon, I'm talking about the millions and millions of dollars he's made in the industry, the teams he's built, and the fact that he came over to this company. Lennon could have went to any company on the planet, but he came to this company, all right? Man, you edify him so that your prospect is dying to hear from Lennon, all right? So when you edify big time, okay? And you make that person so excited that they can't wait to hear from Lennon, all right? But that's how the marketing system works, guys. And I'm telling you, what's brilliant about it, again, is it takes a lot of the pressure off you and all of our people that go into witness protection, because I know I ain't the only one that got prospects that, you know, after initial contact, they disappear, all right? So when they disappear, corporate got them for you. How cool is that? Because now that they've disappeared, all right, and you can't reach them, now corporate has professional emails by professional salespeople that know exactly what to say, emailing them now. All right, how cool is that? All right, so that's what I got for today, guys. Let's get people pre-enrolled. Let's work this system, and the more the merrier. That whole line. So there could be 100 people in that line, all getting people pre-enrolled, and we just keep going over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then pre-enrolling a bunch of people and driving that leg as deep as possible, as fast as possible, and we're all going to live on the beaches of the world. All right, we're going to have some Leonard Ledbetter money. How cool would that be? All right, or some Dell Franklin money, some real bling bling. Okay, all right. So with that being said, guys, I want to turn it back over to Lennon and Connie, and again, I love the fact that we're partnering up during these Super Saturdays, so we have some great knowledge coming from many people. And for you guys, you know, Lennon, Connie, and Dale are my upline, and I'm very excited, man. I love these guys. I love them tremendously, and that's the great thing about this business. And obviously, you know, Vegas and I don't do any business unless Vegas do it. All right, Vegas got to give it the stamp of approval before I do anything. All right, so that's how we roll, man, and that's why we're one big happy family, and we're gonna be like this forever. All right, because this company ain't going nowhere, and neither are we. All right, love you guys. Turn it back over to you.
Hey, before you start, Jim, do that again. Jim had his money in his hand. You see that? That's
Jim
right.
Bowman.
We're making that money. I love that. That was so
Jim
cool.
Bowman is flashing the cash. Yeah, man.
Oh, you're awesome. I love that.
The bling bling, as Chris was saying, man, the bling bling.
That
man.
money goes with Chris's hat.
Yeah, I love it. Man, when Chris was talking about the team.
It's all about
Boy,
the team.
that's it. He said the company ain't going nowhere. Yes, I agree. But what's fun is that you're now part of a movement. You're part of a cause. You're part of a team that can really help you live your dream.
Yeah.
I love when Chris was getting into how to, and again, I said Vegas's talk. Well, here, Chris's talk, listen over and over, get it, understand what he was saying, understand the depth of what he was saying, and let's watch your business grow like you've never seen before. And it flows right into now Connie gonna talk. And it excites me because she's gonna talk about leadership. And you know, everything, but I'm saying her because I like to listen. When she talks, I listen because I love it, because I think she is, as well, Chris said it, Vegas said it, Dale says it, everybody says it, man. It's like she talks, people listen because she talks, because she rocks. That's why people listen. She does rock as a person, as a human, as a leader, as a carer and a sharer. But you know, all the things we're talking about today, leadership, it just takes leadership. Leadership is just a decision. Leadership is a decision. Sometimes people say, oh, they were just a born leader. Huh? It's like, yes, I made the decision to be a leader, but I don't want to contradict and say I make that decision every day, because sometimes we say you make a decision, then you make that decision right. So it's not like I have to make the decision to chase my dreams every day. It's not like I make the decision, am I going to quit or stick? Am I going to stick or quit? I don't make that decision every day. But the decision to lead, my dad used to say, if you will lead, people will follow. So lead, boy, lead. Every day I can decide. If I don't decide to lead, then I could end up frittering the day away. Just boom, 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 the day goes. I decide every morning I'm a leader. It's a decision. You decide to lead and people will follow. It's a decision. It's a decision. Oh, I'm getting into my talk. So I'm going to turn it over to Connie right now. Take it away, rock star.
Well, you know what? We work hand in hand. And thank you, Lennon. Again, you know what? I just have to give it back to you guys because today has been so amazing. And we always talk about that we increase or we decrease by association. Or what I heard in my household growing up, my mom used to say, association brings about assimilation. She would always say that to us to make sure that we attract and surround ourselves with good people and have good friends. So when we're doing this leadership call today and this training, I think about what Vegas has shared with you guys today. It's right in line with what we're going to talk about. I think about what Dale has shared thus far. It's right in line with what we're going to talk about. I think about what Elizabeth has shared with her testimony. It's right along with what we're going to share with you. And as Chris said too, it's all about becoming a leader, leadership. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So what is leadership? So the Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines leadership as the capacity to lead. But Connie's definition of leadership is the capacity to influence others through inspiration that is generated by passion and vision that is birthed by a conviction and is produced by a purpose. So what do I mean by that? Because see, many people, there's this question, right, that people always want to know. Are leaders born or are they developed? It's like the nature versus nurture argument all the time. And my answer is both. because I do believe that every human being was created to be a leader, but you have to understand and discover your potential, because leadership potential resides in every individual, but you have to be willing to change and be uncomfortable to grow. There was a talk that I heard, and he said that so many people have the disease because they have this dis-ease of being comfortable in their situation, living a life of mediocrity. But we have to remove the dis and have the ease to actually grow into the person that we want to be. You must be willing to go through the process, trust and commit to it, and hold on to your vision. So what do I mean by that? Everything in life has a process. So you look at seeds, for example, okay? And Lennon, you know, he has this green thumb now. So he has these eggplants that he's been growing. And it's so adorable because he started off buying these eggplants. And I think these 6 plants have cost him probably $5,000 now for these little 6 eggplants that the rabbits keep coming to eat. But they started out as these little seeds, right? But then some of the seeds, they actually committed to the process. So they were nurtured and they received the nutrients and they were adorned by the sunlight and the water, etc. They trusted the process instead of giving in, saying, I didn't get enough water, so I'm out of there. You must trust the process. And because you have to understand that you need to challenge yourself in life. If you are not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Because if you don't challenge yourself, you will never become a significant leader. It is required to blow the cap off of your potential. You are in control of your own destiny. I know you guys have heard me say that many times, but it's up to you to actually get uncomfortable in your life to be able to establish that.
So I agree. And, you know, I remember when I was young in the business, early in the business, I was at a leadership meeting and I was just hungry and holding on to everything. Oh, maybe I was developing. Mm-hmm. So, but my upline, they stood up and they had this printout. And anyway, well, I'm going to shorten the story because they called up one of the leaders in the room and they asked that question. They said, do you find a leader or do you develop a leader? Well, of course, he started to answer, you develop a leader. That's why we have CDs and videos and these seminars and why we have Super Saturdays and all the system Chris was talking about. We develop leaders. Yes, we develop. And my upline said, and let's just make up some names, but he said, tell me how you sponsored Joe Brown. Well, tell me about Joe Brown. Oh, well, he was a car salesman. He's who I bought my first Cadillac from. And they said, and how's he doing in the business? Oh, he quit. Well, tell me about Mary Beth. Oh, that was my daughter's piano teacher. And how's she doing in the business? Oh, she quit. He named 4 or 5 others. He told, and my upline asked about 4 or 5 others, and he told how he met them, and oh, but they quit. And then he said, well, what about Mike Smith? Oh, well, he's sitting right there on the front row. He's making over $100,000 a month now. Well, what about John Appleseed? Oh yeah, he's sitting right there. He's making about $50,000 a month now. And then my upline asked him and says, well, what did you do different? What did you do different that made those guys financially independent that you did not do with the other guys, so they quit? He goes, well, I did the same thing. My upline asked him, said, did you tell them, you told them about the events and you did not tell them about the events. You You gave love to those guys, and you did not give the love to the car salesman and the piano teacher. He goes, no, I told them all about the system. I told them all about every event. I told them all how much I loved them. I gave them all lots of attention. I gave them my testimony. I offered to do three-way calls for all of them. I was there for every one of them. I would have done anything to help them succeed. And why'd they quit, and why'd they start making six figures? You see, the point of that illustration is that you find the hungry guy. You find the Chris Bailey. You find the Dale Franklin. You find the Elizabeth. You find the Connie. You find the Vegas. You see, you find the Lennon. My dad, my upline, they didn't have to always call me every day. You can do it. I believe in you. You're a winner. Let's start. It's like I was on stage. It's like the people say, well, I don't need all that training stuff. I'm a self-starter. Well, then start. Self-starter, start. You see, I look at my life and I realize that I found the person that would. My upline didn't have to tell me all the time, remember the event. I couldn't wait to be on the event. I made the decision, the leader. I made the decision that I would never miss. I would never miss an event. So I began to be developed. I didn't know what I was doing. But by listening to Chris, by listening to the leaders, I started learning. And then I would go and apply. The fact is, they found a guy with a burning desire to be free. My upline found a guy that they never had to light a fire under my britches. My upline in this doesn't call me all the time saying, you can do it. I believe in you. When you going to get started? No, Chris called me the other day, 2 days ago. I just want to tell you how great you're doing. Yep, Chris Robinson called me and said, I just want to tell you how great you're doing, man. I believe in you. But he didn't have to call me and say, when are you going to try and do a three-way? Do you think you could do one this month? You said you wanted to be financially free. I'm not asking you to do a three-way every day. Maybe we could just do a three-way every week. Could you please, Lennon? I need you. Remember, you're the leader of this team. Could you lead? Let me help you lead, boy. Okay. The fact of the matter is that I so believe in the system. I so believe in the team. I increase by association. Connie says it over and over. I say it every time I talk because I don't want it to go over you. I want you to understand that we truly do increase by association. That by being here today, I'm developing. Yes. When I was new in the business, I was developing because I would hear people and I would learn the nuggets and then I would go do.
Exactly. No, I'm just saying exactly. Because see, this ties right into what Vegas said. It's all about your mindset, right? It's all about your mindset because see, your attitude is a reflection of your mindset. Whatever you're thinking, remember our actions are the birthing of our thoughts. So we know who you are by what you do. So your attitude plays a significant role in leadership because it is the most pliable and resilient part of you. And it talks, and also Dale hit the nail on the head, and I love that because we were talking about that now, is that, you know, you can't take the time off just because you had one simple accomplishment, you know, so therefore you're not taking any type of action. You can't say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna miss this particular training call because, oh, I have to go to the mall with my sisters. No, because there may be golden nuggets on that call that will take your business to the next level. Let me tell you, leaders are dependable and reliable. Leaders commit. Leaders are dependable and reliable. I'm sounding like my dad. I feel like I'm going back to I'm 10 years old because that's what he put in our brain. But you have to commit to your vision and commit to the process. So your attitude plays a significant role in it. Like Tony Robbins says, wealth is a decision that you make in your mind first. First, you say, I'm going to be a millionaire. And then you follow suit with your actions. First, you say, like Vegas Goss said, affirm yourself, you know, I'm going to be a super affiliate. And then you take the necessary actions and steps to be able to become that. But everything starts with your attitude. So the steps to become an effective leader, again, affirm yourself. You know, we started off with Mr. Mindset. He said that. Speak good to yourself. Speak life to yourself. You know, the thing about it is just that if you don't, who will? My mom used to always tell us this when we were younger. She said, if you don't hold the banner up for yourself, don't expect nobody else to. You have to lead your own parade. So therefore, you need to affirm yourself, my friends. Speak greatness over your life. Speak abundance over your life. Because see, the thing about an effective leader, you have abundant thinking versus scarcity thinking. So what is abundant thinking? It encourages you to make choices that will expand your possibilities, whereas scarcity thinking causes you to make choices that will diminish your potential. Isn't that sad? We always talk about we increase by association or we decrease by association. And oftentimes when you talked about those people who just quit and he said, what did you do different? I think the scarcity thinking got a hold of them. You know, they start listening to the negative people, the naysayers who said they can't do this. Oh, they're not worthy of doing this. They don't have the right skills and abilities to be successful in this business. But you know, the scary part about that is that scarcity thinking begins with you. We are our worst critics. I know this. Because growing up, oh my God, I felt like I was a perfectionist. And my mom used to tell me, if I can open your brain and take that notepad and burn it, your life will be better. You know, because we're constantly so hard on ourselves because we want to be great. We want to do great. So we have to remove the scarcity thinking and have prosperity consciousness. What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? So if you're saying something great, therefore you must have vision. See, vision is where people see themselves as where they will be in the future versus where they are now. That is so important. You have to write the vision and you make it plain. Because see, if you don't know where you're going, then you're not going to do anything. So when we start this business, we always say that. Step one, what do we say? Define your dream. Step one, define your dream. Understand what it is that you want and where you're going. Then therefore you have a clear path to be able to see it through. But if you have no dream, you have no vision, guess what? You have no purpose. And it's really sad that you're walking around taking up space. We want you not to take up space. We want you to be active, become an effective leader, have vision, have purpose in your life so you can be a blessing to many other people. And next thing is that we need to focus. You know, that's why I smiled earlier because Vegas is talking about the same thing that I have in here. And guys, I'm telling you, we assign topics and then we execute. But when you're associated with the right people and like minds, you pretty much say the same thing. So again, you need to focus. You have to have a definite purpose as to why it is you're doing this business and commit once again to that vision. And my question is to you guys, you know, if you have focus, many people say to us all the time, oh my gosh, I'm working so hard every day and no one's joining my business. You know, I'm on the phone all the time. I'm on social media all the time and I just can't get nobody to join. I'm just so sad, Lennon. I'm just so sad, Connie. I feel like I'm gonna go get another job. Well, my question to you is, how long do you stick with something? And how hard are you working it when you're doing it? Again, it goes back to what Dale said. We need to actually have a clear distinction between action that is going to help us become more financially free versus busy work, versus having that beautiful catalog. Forget a notebook, Dale. That beautiful catalog with all those beautiful pages and all the page protectors, and we haven't done anything. And then people think that they're working hard. And then, like, it was so funny because, like, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I was cooking in the kitchen because COVID now, you know, it seems like I'm Betty Crocker almost every day. But I heard Lennon talking. He was sitting on the couch and he says to the person, so tell me it's not working for you. And they said, no, it's just so hard. He said, okay, who did you talk to today? Oh, well, I didn't talk to nobody today. He said, no problem. Well, who did you talk to yesterday? Oh, well, I didn't talk to no. He said, okay, well, forget that. How many people have you talked to this week? Oh, I haven't talked to anybody this week. He said, well, how many people have you talked to within this month? Oh, one person. He said, and you expect to be financially free?
And he didn't even get that person on a three-way.
Right.
Didn't even get that person pre-registered into the system that Chris was talking about.
Exactly.
It's like they said, I'm just so busy. This is not working for me. Well, how many three-way calls did you do? How many three-way calls have you done? Anyway,
it's fantastic. Or even just something simple as using our marketing system, the effective marketing system that we have in place. How many people
even asked, how many times have you gone into the Facebook groups of the team and watched any of the videos
on
of the previous seminars that we've done?
Nothing.
Just working so hard in his head. I mean, the good thing is people can repent and the past does not equal our future. You can start tomorrow. If that's you being the master of confusing activity with accomplishment, tomorrow, do a three-way. Tomorrow, today. Hey, this is an early morning, man. So we got all the rest of the day. Call me. Let's do a three-way. Let's say to some, well, I don't mean to interrupt you, but let's do something. Let's actually get in the loop. Let's be making a list, contacting, showing the plan, following through, action steps that get results. Yes. This business works when we go, do you understand that Chris couldn't have been 50K if he didn't move 50,000 worth of volume? You see, that's what 50K means.
And you know what he did? He made a list, he contacted, he showed the plan, and he followed up. He made a list, he contacted, he showed the plan, he followed up. If you stay in that loop, you will see results. But if you're sitting there having busy action, thinking you're working so hard with all your beautiful penmanship and all the notes you've taken down and all the videos that you've watched, nothing is going to happen. No results are going to be there because you're stuck in your head and you're talking to yourself and you're actually defeating yourself and defeating the purpose of why somebody shared with you this life-changing opportunity.
I've got something for you that might be either exciting or you don't want to do it. But Chris, courageously, he just showed his back office. He popped up his page and you saw who he signed up. You saw who he pre-enrolled. He just kind of opened his kimono and showed you his life. What if we pulled everybody on this call? I'm not talking about the ones that aren't on this call. I'm talking about all of us that claim that we're going 5K, we're going 10K. What if we said, everybody, let's open your back office and share it with the world like Chris just did? Would you be proud to share it? Would you go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to share it?
Great point.
Because your secrets get revealed in this business. And if you've got a secret, meaning you got a lot happening. You can't wait for the next event, because just like we put Elizabeth on new 5K, you can't wait to get exposed because you're doing the right things.
Yes.
Other people kind of don't really show. There might not be any new sign up this month. So anyway, nobody's mad at you for whatever you're not doing. We're always trying to inspire you to lead, just to simply be a leader. Have courage where others fear. How do you get respect? Just be courageous where they're fearful. Just go contact. And then all of a sudden they respect you and go, oh my gosh, she's a good contactor. Just start growing. So I love it. So
but practice does make perfect.
Oh, I'm better.
So if you're afraid, you know, you just start taking the action and you're going to learn from your mistakes. You know, when we were kids, us ladies, you know, we used to do our jump roping, and I don't know about you, but I did a little double dutch back in my day. I wasn't good at the beginning, but as we practiced, my sisters and I being out in the front yard, you know, there was 4 of us, so we had an even number to take turns. We practiced and we got good, and we were able to jump on one foot and spin around. I was never like my sister Kay, who could do a cartwheel doing that, but be that as it may, I still got my little 1-2 step on. Practice makes perfect. But the thing about this is, to become an effective leader, is that we must take self-inventory. You know, sometimes we can be legends in our own mind. Again, it goes back to the person who's been working so hard in this business, yet they've only talked to 2 people this month. And today is the 21st. And they're going 5K though, they're going 5K. We need to take self-inventory and also understand what are our most effective skills and resources that we have, and what is it that we need to work on. And then we start working on that and actually focusing on that, having a definite purpose, a specific aim to be better. We can be better every single breath that we take. There's another opportunity for me to become better. So take self-inventory. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself, because you will never see the results that you're seeking. Be truthful to yourself and say, you know what? Like Vegas Golf said at the beginning, he said, you know, this is my downfall. I need to be a little more disciplined. And I think we all can say that at different parts of our life, we need to be a little more disciplined, especially during the holidays. We start kicking back, because now we're going to start hanging out with our families, God willing, with this COVID, you know, and now we're tis the season to be jolly, and we forget all about our business. So we need to have discipline. So take your self-inventory to see where your area of focus needs to be and start working on that. If you're afraid to talk to people, start practicing. Look at yourself in the mirror. Or if you have a friend that you're very comfortable with, or a family member, say, hey, I want to do some practicing with you before I make these calls. Practice. Practice makes perfect. But this is the most important step to me, is that you have to have passion. Passion for life, passion for success, a passion to help others reach their full potential and become great. You need to have passion about developing leaders, because leadership is not about power. It's about empowerment. Leadership is not about manipulation. It's about inspiration. It's not about motivation. Like I say all the time, motivation is temporary, but inspiration can constantly be renewed. So as a leader, you need to give inspiration. You need to inspire them, because the newness, like after this call, you know, I'm so excited about what I heard and learned from everybody who has spoken today. So I'm inspired. Inspiration has been renewed for me. And I know that I'm at the right place at the right time. I know this opportunity is going to help me change my family's future financially. Oh, I know it for sure. So leadership is not about becoming, it's more so about doing. What are you doing? Who are you helping? Are you showing compassion? Are you being empathetic? Are you caring about them? I do believe Vegas hit that again, and it made me think about it, and I smiled, because are we really caring about the people? Because people want to know that you care. They don't care about what you know. They want to know that you care about them. And if they know you care about them, then they're more inclined to enroll into what it is that you're sharing. They're more inclined to enroll what it is that you believe in and your vision. But lastly, you must not be afraid to fail, because leaders use their struggles as tools to grow, right? You cannot become better if you don't fail at something. I don't know. I've never heard anybody become so dynamic or in this company be a super affiliate and didn't fail at some point in their life. It's okay to fail. You know why? Because that meant you did something. Many people are not failing because they're not doing anything. So don't be afraid to fail. As a matter of fact, you should get excited, because the more mistakes you make, that means you got that out of the way. So that only means that greatness is in store for you ahead.
So always remember, there are more people out there than mistakes you can make.
Mm-hmm.
There's always more people out there than mistakes you can make. So I get better by going out there and doing.
That's right. So I borrowed this phrase I stole from somebody. I think it was a rapper. I heard it on TV. I can't even tell you the person's name. I don't even listen to rap music. But he said, you got to grustle. You know, he said that means grind and hustle mixed together. And in leadership, you must have both. You have to put your war paint on and say, you know what? I am going to live my dreams by any means necessary. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be focused. I know where I'm going, and I know I have the right vehicle, and I'm associated with the right people, i.e. our team, to be able to get there. So I'm going to grind it out, and I'm going to hustle for my future, because I know my future is bright, because I've written my vision and I've made it plain. So you gotta grustle, my friends. It's time to grustle. It's time to take advantage of this opportunity that we have. And you must invest in yourself. We invest in so many other things. We invest in Netflix by giving them our time. We invest in turning on the radio by listening to this music, by giving people our time. We need to invest in ourselves. What books have you read recently? What books are you reading now? Listen to self-empowering things instead of wasting your time listening to, oh my God, especially when it came down to the election. That could be so stressful. You can be in this uproar. You're trying to figure out what's going to happen. Forget all of that, because it doesn't matter who's president. It's not going to change the fact that I have a vehicle that's going to change the trajectory of my family's financial future. I am pandemic proof. I am election proof, because I have this opportunity and this team that I'm associated with. So you need to listen to self-empowering things. I know you want to say something because your leg is wiggling. Go ahead, baby.
I just love it. But when she's talking about that she's pandemic proof, she's election proof. Think about it. Those of you that heard our little event a couple weeks ago, and my dad was on, 92, and just excited and talking about how his business for 45 years. But he said, I was going to be 92 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so excited about being financially free, and that, oh my gosh, what a dream life. But if you think about him, I could say me even, I've been in enough years.
But that was so powerful.
But it was so powerful because, you see, it didn't matter if it was a Democrat president or Republican president, my dad grew. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter if it was a Desert Storm war, Iraq war, my dad grew. It didn't matter, and I could say me too, but I'll say my dad. Because it didn't matter if it was the Twin Towers hit. It didn't matter if the real estate market was going straight up or crashing. My dad grew. It didn't matter if the stock market was going straight up or straight down. My dad grew. It didn't matter if gas was $2 a gallon or $4 a gallon. My dad grew. In other words, do you get it? Do you get it? But he made a decision, because every day he went out and talked to people. He did the action steps. I'm doing the action steps. Connie's doing the action steps. The leaders on this call are doing the action steps. Yes. So anyway, I just want you to realize that I would have been, well, anyway, we're not going to get political. I'm just saying that I'm going to show the plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to share this idea. I'm going to pre-enroll people and they're going to get started, and I'm speaking it and I'm believing it. And you can too. And you can too. It's just a decision.
Absolutely. And so again, you know, listening to self-empowering things, increasing your association. Remember, we are our worst critics. And oftentimes we can be defeated from what we're thinking and saying to ourselves. So if you're nervous about what it is you're saying to yourself, that's why it's so important and it's imperative for you to listen to empowering things, empowering people that are succeeding at what it is you're trying to succeed at. If you get low and you don't know who to listen to, just go to YouTube and put in Lennon Ledbetter. All you have to put in Lennon and Ledbetter automatically pops up. And there's a host of videos in there that will get you back into the mindset that you need to be successful in this business, because he's been successful in this business for over 30 years. Or 30 years or so. And his dad and parents have been successful in this business since 1975. That was so powerful when his father shared on our vision call that Thursday. He said, I was going to be 92 anyway, but I want to be 92 in a position where my kids are not burdened by the things I did not do. And that was not chase my dreams. Oh, that was the best thing he ever said. So we want to increase our association. So remember, you have to make the NVI the most valuable investment before you become the MVL, the most valuable leader. There's nothing better than for you to invest in yourself.
I love it, man. I mean, it is just, can you believe that many times if you're on the call, you say, what's our goal? Our goal is just to help us to do. We all benefit when we all win. It's like, oh, our whole goal, the only goal we have is to help you win.
Yes.
That's it. All we're trying to do is get you to do. Because remember, you said what you wanted. You see, we defined our dream. We defined our why. We defined our family needs. And now all we're trying to do is get us to just take the daily simple. It is so simple, simple, simple. Everything that was taught today is simple, and anyone can do what was taught today. Will you?
That's right.
Will you? That's where it gets into your decision.
But right now, I would like for you to introduce Brad. Brad is going to give a testimony on why he's so excited about the team. And also, Brad is actually a blink from 5K this month. So we're so excited about Brad that just started.
He got in a few months ago, he's doubled his business every month. Brad, come on board and tell us why you're so excited.
Well, there's two things that I absolutely have to be appreciative of. Number one is that Lennon reached out to me back in July. And the second thing is that he plugged me into the system, into the team. That is the thing that's allowed me or brought me along the belief line. When I first got exposed to this, of course, Lennon's making it happen. Of course, Lennon has got a huge business. Of course, people are joining. But I didn't know if it would work for me. And the difference between July and now is plugging into the Zoom calls, plugging in when I'm working 50, 60 hours a week. I'm not on the phone all day long and plugging in an association. They say increase by association. My way of increasing by association is being able to listen to the Heartbeat Pack, doing three-way calls. Once in a while on the counseling sessions, step number 7 on the 8-step pattern, calling my upline and grabbing his coattails, like Vegas said. Chris Bailey's Chris Bailey's presentation is a game changer for me. I've been in that back office 10 times, but I didn't have up here how to link that out to this, I guess we could call it prospecting, this pattern that we've been lucky enough to be plugged into. And if it wasn't for the Zooms and if it wasn't for the audios, I wouldn't be in this business today. I would have frittered away my day enough to decide, like Dale was saying, that this isn't working for me. And it wasn't working for me because I wasn't doing it. How do I know how to do it? I know how to do it because I'm plugging into the system. And I'm so grateful for that. I can't say it enough. And I'm grateful. This Super Saturday is fantastic. I can't wait to watch it again. And I'm very grateful for you both, all 6 of you.
Well, see, what I wanted you to feel, you guys, is I want you to start believing that here's a guy that just decided to try and go 5K. Then you have Chris and Dale who have already gone 50K. You see, we want you to realize that it just, it's your turn to talk.
No, it's okay. No, but see, remember, like he said, what Dale said, right? Dale said, you know, you can't make a decision today and go, I'm going to miss the training call. You need to connect. You need to plug in to the power source, which is the team and the training. You know, the thing about it is because with this pandemic, we can't really have live events or live house meetings. And I really love those because I'm a people person. My love language is acts of service and gifts. I love to give stuff and I like to serve people. I thrive off of that. So for me not to be able to touch you or smile, we can't touch now since the COVID, but at least to look at you and sit next to you in a chair, we can't do that. So we have to get our fuel on the training calls. We must plug into the power source.
So it is exciting. In fact, think about that. This is just popping in my head, but those of us that are preparing now during COVID, boom, when it ends, because it will end, because there's been stuff before and it did end. And then all of a sudden, boom, we go and explode. There's others that all they're doing is watching TV or thinking about. And then all of a sudden, it's like, they won't know what to do even when we do start back doing house meetings and stuff. The fact is, now's the time to prepare. Now's the time to prepare. Now's the time to prepare. What is the purpose of life? To live a life of purpose.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, we can go ahead to the next thing. So thank you so much, Lynn and Ledbetter. Oh man, you're amazing. So we want to welcome our new people to our family. Oh my gosh, we have so many people. The list is long. Lakeisha Smith. We have Marietta James, Candace James. I want to give a personal shout out to you, although I don't know you. That's one of my sisters named Candace, and you spell it just like her. So I'm already loving you. And then we have Zanab Ba, Sean Akerson, Fred Neal, Sharon Wilson, Raina Goodman, Bonnie Burrell, Pilar Torres Gounder, Kevin Chandler, Dana, Betty, Beatty. Excuse me if I, pardon? Beatty, okay, I forgive me. Casey Morris, Lisa Haley Miller, Apollo, we have Esther, who's now a 5K and she's global pool qualified. Woo! Jen Cordova, Alva Warren, Nicole Baptiste, Bernard Brooks, Marie. And then we have Greg Hardy, Shirley, Tyrell, Riley, Daniel, Stephanie, Jeffrey, and Betty. Welcome you guys to the team. We are so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you took the time out to say that you're worthy of living your dreams. We're glad that you made the decision to say, you know what? I deserve better, I want better, and I'm gonna do better. So let me go ahead and take this action. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Welcome to the team. And we hope that you achieve whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So as we close,
I guess it's time to wrap up. I love this part because we get to go do more action and go get free. But I hate this part. Because I like Chris, man. I want him to talk again. I want to say, no, let's keep it going. Chris, talk more. People, let's go. And so it's like, but hey, let's end. But the thing that's exciting is we get to do this again next month.
Yeah.
And we realize that it's all that we're just plugging in, plugging in. But you can do it. The main thing I want you to get out of today is that you are a child of God, endowed with the seeds of greatness. And you, my friend, were born to win. You were born to win.
Yes.
We're supposed to live free. Financial freedom is there for you if we just have some courage where others fear.
That's right. And the thing about it is that, you know what? It's time for us to take action. We need to take action. I say this all the time because I believe it. If I don't believe it, I just cannot utter it. But we have a life-changing opportunity here that's right at our fingertips. So the question is, what are you doing with it? You think about when you don't have good reception somewhere and your phone or your computer is just buffering and it just goes around the circle. And it just goes around the circle. And you sit there and you hold it and you're just waiting for it to stop going. That's what some of us are doing with this opportunity. We're buffering in life. We are in the buffering stage and we won't get out of it. We need to take action. Stop buffering and start living. Stop taking up space and start doing. Stop thinking about it and act upon it. You have all the tools that you need in place to be successful. You have dynamic leaders that you can call on that will help you and hold your hand every step of the way. If you're an infant in this business, or you're a toddler, or you're a high schooler in this business mentally, that is, we can help you every step of the way to get to it. But it's time to stop buffering. It's time to start taking action, because the world is waiting on the gifts and talents that you have that you need to share with them. I say this all the time because my mom used to say that. She used to tell us this: when you leave this house, don't embarrass me, because you don't know who's watching, and I will find out. I don't know if she did or not, but I believed her. But at the end of the day, you don't know who's watching you. Somebody is watching you, because we're always inspiring and encouraging others to do better. You have no idea who's watching you. So I tell you to step out on faith, believe in yourself, believe that you're worthy. Stop buffering and take the action, because then you can be a blessing to somebody else. You can inspire them and encourage them and let them know that, yes, I too can be free. I can create generations of wealth. I can create a legacy, because this person has shown me what I can do to change my life. There are people that I'm going to be associated with that's going to elevate me and take me higher to the place that I want to be. So we ask you guys to, hey, take the action. You can do it. We know you can. It's just up to you to dive in and discover your potential, because we want you to remove those caps off of your potential and experience infinite possibilities in your life. God bless you guys. We will give you the date within the next week with our leaders. We'll decide our Super Saturday for December, and we will start posting that immediately so you can start promoting that. Promote, promote, promote. Because remember, the knowledge that you're receiving today, if everyone hears the same thing, everybody's duplicating the right way. We don't want you to have to hang up and call Joe Blow and say, oh my God, so I think he went over mine, said, I think they talked about action. Well, let me see if I can get the video. No, but if you have them plugged in, then everybody's hearing the same thing. Everybody's acting upon the same thing. And it's an infectious energy that you will feel in your team, and it will ignite the team to go to the next level. So we will see you guys next Super Saturday in December. Have a great Thanksgiving. I don't care what nobody says. Yes, eat in moderation now, but eat wealthy and happy and whole on Thursday. Eat everything your heart desires, because that's what Thanksgiving is for. It's all about eating, laughing, sharing, and having joy with the people that you love. God bless you guys on the day. We will see you again soon.
Love you.